We gather, dear friends, with a tear in each eye, not for a someone, but a somehow, that died. Not flesh and bone, but charts and stats, in hallways where microbes once whispered and spat. The CDC, our germ-fighting knight, wielded test tubes instead of might. They stopped what we didn't see, fought what we missed, with models and swabs and epidemiologist lists. But now, the knight has laid down its sword, disbanded its troops, defunded, ignored. The shield is cracked, the lab is still, and germs prepare for another kill. We don't just mourn, we sound the bell of coming plagues we'll learn too well. For when vigilance dies in a cubicle chair, the sniffles and fevers fill the air. Oh, PulseNet, you sparkly pathogen sleuth, you sniffed out the nasties, you ferreted truth. With genome spot lasers and bugs on a screen, you kept our lettuce crispy and clean. But now without you, a salmon's revenge will cross state lines with bacterial binge. No sequence, no trace, no swift intervention, just diarrhea, lawsuits, and salmon's ascension. Oh burger of doom, oh milk of despair, E. coli dances through FDA's hair. For if the net loses its pulsing beat, we find surprise listeria in our meat. In ICUs where patients lay, a line once leaked death into their stay. But lo, the CDC arrived with flair, checklists, gloves, sterile air. Clabsies went down, infection be gone. A miracle? No, just science put on. Yet now we watch the system decay. The checklists fade, the bugs replay. Without the net, we're flying blind. Hand hygiene's now if you have the time. And when blood runs with bugs once more, let's recall who bolted the hospital door. Once a year, with meticulous care, they'd chase the flu through global air. A model, a guess, a microscopic dance to give that virus no fighting chance. CDC shouted, "Shots for thee!" And down went deaths. 9.8 million, you see. But when modeling stops and strain matches miss, it's grandma who pays for the data abyss. Forget herd immunity. Let the flu parade. It's a waltz of mucus in full cascade. One jab, two jabs, oh what a spree. And now, we're crowd surfing at R03. Now gather round, kids, for a tale pretty grim, of fentanyl dragons and naloxone slim. The CDC tracked where overdoses bled and threw us a map so we'd act instead. A death a minute? Nope, less. Hooray! Data saved lives every single day. But unmap the land and guess what we find? A graveyard for those we left behind. We missed the spike, the analog twist, because the tracker's now off the list. Without real-time maps to steer our stride, we just give the Reaper a smoother ride. When 2020 dropped its viral bomb, the world screamed, "Somebody call your mom!" But CDC with its weary might said, "We'll count the dead and guide the fight." They tracked, they modeled, they said 6 feet, while pundits screamed from cable seats. But still they stood, through hate and spittle, translating chaos into something a little less brittle. 3 million lives they saved, no joke. But now we've snapped that magic spoke. With ACIP sidelined, trust gone to pot, we'll learn R0 the hard way. You got your shots and didn't get sick. How quaint, how boring, how gloriously slick. Measles, mumps, and rubella, once bold, now just trivia for the old. 30 birth cohorts, disease-free bloom, yet doubt is rising. Make room, make room. As CDC's sway begins to wane, the viruses whisper, "Let's entertain." Clusters grow like mushrooms in rain because someone read a Facebook chain. And little Timmy, once protected by law, now gets whooping cough from Auntie Deb's spa. CDC didn't stop at the land of the free. They roamed global jungles for you and for me. Measles in Malawi, polio in Peru. They flew, jabbed, taught, and cured the flu. 50 million lives saved and more. But now, CDC's closed the global door. Yellow fever parties in Congo towns as expertise packs up and heads back down. What fails abroad creeps through our gate. And pathogens, dear, are never late. Without field boots and lab coats there, we'll find Ebola in Delaware. Oh, CDC, we watched you fall, stripped, decapitated, gutted of all. July brought hope with a new named chief. August brought an epitaph brief. Layoffs and shutters, programs erased, surveillance gone, the good work displaced. No more HIV insights, no more birth rates, just echoing labs and budget debates. The triads flipped. What once was a cure becomes the disease we now endure. And with silence in place of a warning song, we'll count the deaths that shouldn't belong. So here we stand, with rhyme and regret, lamenting a thing we cannot forget. The CDC, our antiseptic bard that sang of data, truth, and guard. Its triumphs weren't flashy, but quiet and vast, measured in illnesses not in our past. And now that it's silenced, we see with a chill, the silence itself is a kind of kill. So pass the tissues, pour the bleach, prepare the lectures we'll have to reteach. For when prevention dies in a conference room, the Reaper's commute resumes with a zoom.